Kia ora, welcome to the very first episode of Rural New Zealand. I'm your host, Scotty Bamford. Join me as I go check out what's going on in the rural communities. First, we head up to Kaikoura and we go check out a lovely man called Daniel Jenkins, who has recently moved to Kaikoura with his young family. So, rightio, this is your farm, these are your goats.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about these goats?
So we started with 4 goats 4 years ago, and now we've got 51.
Oh, wow.
And we've just started learning about farming once we got the first goat, so it's pretty new to us. It's not something we've been doing, we're not a second generation family farm. And these goats, these are Saanen goats, and they're great for milking and making cheese. We're living in Christchurch, and we found that it was just too busy for us, too many people, and we wanted to have close connection to the land. We wanted to live in a small town. Being on State Highway 1 still gave good access for selling our cheese throughout New Zealand, but the connection with the land's been a big one for us. You know, living in this amazing landscape, you've got beautiful mountains so you can go hunting and walking up in the bush, and then you've got access to the ocean as well. You know, it's all right here. It's 5 k's to town. It takes 5 minutes to get to town, and you can catch crayfish straight off the beach right in town as well. So there's good access to hunting, gathering, small town community, and small schools, great for the kids. You get to know everyone really quickly. Yep. And everyone helps each other out, and everyone shares and that. With Kaikoura cheese, we picked up the name in 2011, and we worked towards, with no background in farming, no background in cheese making, and we just decided that's what we wanted to do. Moved to Kaikoura, lived in the 10 square metre house, and just started learning. Asked the neighbour about how to build a fence, how to look after the pasture. When something goes wrong with a goat, we'll ring someone up and talk to them about goats. And so that's that side of the business. And then with the cheese making, trial and error, trusting your palate. And within that whole sort of business, we include the family. So we can bring the girls to the farm and they can help feed the goat or muster them down the road. So they're involved all the time. They can come and be involved in the cheese making or go to the markets and sell the cheese. In our first year we picked up some awards. This year we also picked up some awards for our new cheeses. We're pretty happy about that. We've picked up 6 awards this year, and just get that positive feedback when you're out here farming and got your heads down and you're making cheese all the time, to just be able to step back and say, yeah, we're doing the right thing, you know, something that people appreciate and enjoy. Just keeps you going, keeps you motivated. So with our cheese, we sell it locally, of course, so we get a lot of tourists coming through. The locals buy it as well. We sell a lot of cheese up in Marlborough. Goat cheese pars up so well with Sauvignon Blanc. It's the perfect region for it. We sell a lot with the Canterbury cheesemonger as well. They've been really good for us, especially when it comes to the maturing, tasting the cheese, just a little bit of feedback. That's a really good partnership there. And then we sell quite a bit up in Auckland as well, and a few sort of high-end restaurants. And our long-term goal would be to be able to step back from the business a bit, because we've worked so hard to get it to where it is now. So we want to be able to employ more people and get the business growth to a side where we can work 40 hours a week, have a bit of more time with the girls, and involve more people in the business. Create semi-retire would be nice, but create more cheese, you know, like it's really, we've been creating 2 new cheeses a year, so in the long run I'd like to create some more cheeses and have the business sustaining itself and involving more people.
Oh, well, we'll have to definitely come back in the
come back in the spring. That's the best time for cheese, the spring.
See the processes, how you make it and milk it all, and hopefully these guys will be have some kids by then.
Yeah, that's right.
I look forward to catching up with Daniel in the springtime and check out some of their cheese. Stay with us, because after the break we check out Wacky Stays and then we head to Lincoln University. Welcome back. So we managed to meet with a lovely young lady from Lincoln University who is restoring native plants back into the Canterbury Plains.
I'm Beck Stollery. I'm doing a PhD here at Lincoln and it's regarding restoration ecology. So I'm working with Ngāi Tahu farming because they are converting an area of forestry into pivot irrigated dairy farm, but they're putting aside 150 hectares to ecological restoration, and that's what I am researching. These plants are the main woody plants that are found in the remnants around Earwell, and we've got Carnuka, quite a common plant that most people know. Pomaderris, which is quite an exciting plant because it's at its southern boundary at Earwell. And this plant, which is prickly mingy. This plant is possibly one of my favourites, although it's really spiky and hard to deal with. It's quite tricky. It takes 3 years for the seeds to germinate at present. And so we're looking at trying to speed up that germination, maybe see if there's any dormancy that we can try and break. One of the most interesting parts about the remnants at Earwell is that there's a thick layer of moss, which is interesting because it's really dry and you'd expect moss to be in wet areas. And I believe that the moss plays a pivotal role in that ecosystem. So I'm looking at the role of the moss, and in this experiment this is all about how the moss is stopping moisture getting through to the soil, and also buffering temperature changes to the soil and therefore helping the plants. I'm getting to research things that interest me. My supervisors are amazingly helpful and knowledgeable and steer me in the right direction for me to explore the questions that I have, which is wonderful. And in this situation, the research that I am doing is hopefully going to benefit not just Ngāi Tahu and our local community. Other farmers in other areas hopefully will be able to take my research and apply it to their own farms when they are maybe considering putting back some of the native vegetation. And that's quite a sense of achievement. I don't think that I've ever worked at a friendlier university, which is brilliant in many sense because you walk down the corridor and everyone is happy and smiley and chatty, but if you're in a rush, you have to keep your head down because you will be talking to somebody for at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Kevin and his wife moved here from England in search of a new life, and they found it at the Kaikoura Farm Park. Rightio, so we're here in Kaikoura with Kevin, and he has the Kaikoura Farm Park. Pleasure to be here.
Welcome, you're very welcome.
So do you want to tell us a little bit about the park? So what sort of goes on here?
Well, we've got about 150 animals in total. Most of them are free-range roaming. We don't want them in cages and behind glass or anything like that. So the idea is it's an interactive farmyard animal experience.
Oh, cool. So what kind of specialist animals are they? Sort of mostly from New Zealand, or?
No, not really. The most unusual is the llama. We've got llama and alpaca, but we've also got traditional animals like goats and sheep and wallaby. We've got horses, ponies, donkeys, a wide range of animals. If you actually added in all the ducks and chickens and stuff, about 150. So it's a bit of a mad place, to be honest with you.
Another venture they have at the farm park is llama trekking. So what's the difference between an alpaca versus a llama? Is there a different nature to them, or?
Yes, there is. Very, very common question. 2 or 3 things to say, really. One is intelligence. The llama is a really, really intelligent animal. Alpaca doesn't have anywhere near that same intelligence. And because of that, there isn't the same interaction between them and humans. Alpaca really just don't want to have anything to do with humans. Llama really respect humans and are very happy to spend time with them. So yeah, the intelligence is why we choose llama for trekking, and their physical size, of course, because they can then carry stuff for you, which is really, really useful and important for trekking.
Yes, they seem, when we were feeding them, they seem pretty timid, a bit shy, so I suppose that's a good aspect to the animal.
Yeah, well, they're just cautious because they haven't met you before. They're just wary about, that you're tricking them with food, that you might be wanting to hurt them in some way. But once you bond with a llama, once you spend time with it, it gets to know you and it starts to trust you, and then you form this kind of friendship and bond between you and your llama. So by the end of a few hours, you're really, really attached to your llama, and they'll pretty much do anything that you ask them to do. But yes, at first they're like wary and they sort of stand off a little bit. So just got to go through that sort of friendship process with them.
I suppose it's like anyone, really.
Yes, yeah. Well, hey, why not? They don't want to be somebody else's dinner. It's all about predator from their point of view. They were just worried that you might be going to do something that's going to harm them, and strangely enough, they don't want to be dinner.
Yeah. You're obviously from the UK, you mentioned.
Yep.
So,
yes, absolutely. From the UK, we were looking for an opportunity for a bit of an adventure, somewhere exciting to go and to start again and have a sort of good time. And my wife, actually, she found this farm park from the UK. It had llama in it, so I think she was searching on Google or somewhere, found that they had llama, and it was for sale. So she came to me one day and said, "How about we move to New Zealand?" And I mean, hey, why not? But normally I'd have said, "Don't be stupid," but it was just the right time in our life, and we came over and had a look at the place, worked here for a while, and the rest is history. We've been here now 7 years.
Yes. How's your business going on a whole in the Kaikoura? I mean, everyone sort of comes here for the scenery and the whale watching and stuff like that. On the rainy days, people must flock here.
Yeah, we do. We're a lot busier when the weather's not quite so kind. It's a huge challenge being here in Kaikoura because the place is in all of the tour books and stuff for the sea activities. What we're slowly trying to do is we're trying to show that there is an alternative to do here in Kaikoura, and that you can have a great time on land. And of course, what we're offering is the farm park with all the animals, the llama trekking. You can go wander, and you come and stay with us in our unusual accommodation. So there's heaps to do just with us here in Kaikoura. It doesn't have to be whales and dolphins and some of the sea activities.
Now, if you love Kai Moana, stick around, because after a break we go fishing and we check out what Ironman 4x4 have to offer. Well, we don't normally come out in the rain, but these boys want to show me what they've got to offer, so let's go see Craig.
G'day, Scotty.
How you going, Craig?
Good to see you, mate.
What's with this weather, bro?
I know. When you least expect it.
So Ironman, bit of history.
Well, Ironman's it's a very, very, very exciting product. We're really fortunate. We've got a really comprehensive range. The thing about Ironman is its pedigree is all about the mining fraternity in Australia. You know, and I mean, I suppose we're not ashamed to admit it, that it is an Australian business. We're the New Zealand distributors. We've inherited a brand that was born in 1958, believe it or not. So what are we talking, 57 years old? The heritage of the brand's shaped around the mining sector, the mining fraternity in Western Australia, actually, where they tell you, well, from what we're led to believe, and when we look at vehicles that have been in a mining environment, it's probably the most extreme test of equipment. And Ironman was set up essentially to cater to the Australian mining sector, and in the very, very early days, it was all about suspension. So the origin of the business was hatched out of forging suspension, and even to this very day, I mean, suspension, it's fair to say, is over half our business, upgrading these vehicles, getting them set up so they can handle the terrain, heavy loads and commercial application. These vehicles are just our demonstrator vehicles. We roll them, we do field tests with all our gear, so they're rolling all the time, not literally. But this particular one here is a Toyota Hilux. It's got a side step on it, as you can see. It's got a back step. All this gear's heavy gauge. This actually duplicates as well as a tow bar with a 3.5 tonne rating.
Oh, wow. Yep.
So that does the job. This one's this is the current crop, but we're actually launching a modified version of this. It's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, dare I say it. Also on this truck we've got a what we call a sports bar. People refer to them as roll bars. You'll see some mounting brackets. I mean, those mounting brackets are actually testament to the fact that a lot of what the Australians do, bear in mind they're exporting to 150 countries globally, a lot of it has a military application, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably not the PC thing to say, but those are actually for mounting gun turrets.
Oh, yeah,
Here in New Zealand we'll tell the farmers that they're ideal for putting driving lights on or spotlights if need be, which of course is, probably the best way to apply them. Yeah. So, this vehicle's set up. It's got a snorkel on it. Perhaps there's one on the Cruiser as well. Always pertinent or prudent to have a snorkel on a vehicle, especially if you're in a farming environment, if you've got rivers to ford, and you never know where you're going to get caught. The other thing is it actually allows an engine to breathe a bit more and ups the performance a little bit, if that's important to you. But yeah, these vehicles are set up with suspension upgrades as well. This particular vehicle does a lot of road work. It's done over 50,000 Ks a year, or it's doing that. And so it's got a performance kit in it. We offer a range of bull bars for different applications. The one on this particular vehicle's what we call a protector bar. It's a bar that's a wee bit more aesthetic in terms of the fact that it's got a polished top on it and looks nice, as opposed to this particular one here, which is what we call a deluxe bar. Both these are running drive lights. It's not always necessary to have them, but in most cases we do offer a bar that doesn't have these. It's an entry-level one, but it certainly does the trick as well. Bars, when we sell them, come with our mounting bracket, which is technologically beyond anything else that we've found in the marketplace at this stage, and also all the skid plate protection.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Craig. Should we go test them out?
Good stuff, Scotty.
Okay, so I've always been told that some of the best fishing in the South Island is in Kaikoura. So we jumped on the tin bum boat and we checked it out.
Now this here is a crayfish. This is a nice size, well oversized. It's the size of a female. So that there, delicious. That sun, it's good, eh?
It's lovely. It's quite a nice day. Is the weather usually like this?
No, it's a bit sloppy today, but we normally have a slight roll here and we can come out here and fish for several different species. We also use different baits. So was that loose?
Yeah.
Did it hit the bottom?
It did.
Just have a look. Yep. So now before you click it, you take your strain up. So now you know you're dead on the bottom. Just tight. Keep the line tight until the pressure comes on. And then slowly lift. And then drop.
And that sort of does that encourage the fish to chase it?
It certainly does. Once you hit the bottom, bring it up again. What you're actually doing is a slow jig, what's actually making it look, there's a good nice fish strike there. The fish think it's live. It's a live bait. So you're making your squid look like squid. Positive people catch positive fish.
Well, luckily I'm a positive person.
We're going to find out.
Exactly. What kind of fishing trips do you do? Like, do you have special sort of areas where you go? Like, do people are after certain kinds of fish? Do you go in closer and sort of stuff like that?
Yeah, we can actually fish in the shallows and target the moki, the gurnard, your cutaway. And then, of course, your crayfish, which are also in the shallows.
Yep.
We don't never ever guarantee crayfish because you can never ever guarantee a fish. But our strike rate is high. As you've seen today, you know, there was a hapooka lander today for the first time for the young fella, which was fantastic. Or we can actually do packages that can actually take us out to the deep water for your blue nose, your hapooka, your gemfish. And yeah, we just tailor anything to suit.
Oh, she's a biggie. Oh, it's proud
So what you
as
do,
damn
mate, and this is to everyone at home, the fish does grow when you turn it to the camera.
Yeah.
Do not try this at home.
Yeah, it's quite embarrassing, but
Yeah.
hey, I've caught a fish.
Yeah, you've done well, and you've done well.
He's well undersized.
This is definitely catch and release. This species here we don't actually tag due to the fact it's too small.
See you next time, buddy. So after a few hours on the boat, I thought, what better place to cook up the crayfish than right here in the South Bay? Now, we've just been out fishing in the South Bay today, and we managed to land some crays, so that's pretty cool. Now, I was talking to the captain earlier, and he said the best way to cook it is just to cut them straight down the middle, and with a bit of garlic butter. So we'll try that, eh? We'll give it a go. Alright, the first part, you're gonna flip her over. Get like that, and you're gonna cut it right down the middle. So it could be potentially hard. That cracking noise is normal. Let's crack it. Okay, we're making progress. So you want to use a bit of olive oil, just give it a sprinkle on there, like so. Okay, now you want to, now you got it cut in half. You want to just place it down like that. And we'll grab the other one. Place that one down, like so. And you want to let them cook for a couple of minutes. Well, after today, I mean, we had a pretty rough time out there today in the ocean, but now it's lovely and calm, beautiful scenery. In fact, you can see your way down to the Port Hills all the way in Christchurch, which is quite impressive. And then you slowly come up the coast. Pretty stunning sunset, and a little bit of sea fog starting to creep in over there. Ain't no place I'd rather be. Rightio, we'll have a look how these are going. Oh, not far off. Starting to change a bit of colour. I think we'll give it a little bit longer though. A little bit longer. Is that a seal out there, Si? Maybe some dolphins? You wouldn't get that in your normal cooking arena, would you? Something out there. Maybe they heard I was in town cooking for them. Okay, so they're pretty much done, so we're just going to flip them over. And flip that one over also. And we'll get them lying next to each other, because then they come in handy. Now the secret is to get the garlic butter. You actually want to cook them with garlic butter for a little bit. Just in there, like that. And that'll actually slowly drain down into the whole tail of the fish. Okay, so our garlic butter's all melted, look at that. It's all gone, it's all oozed on down. So that's ready, so you can chuck that on your plate, like so. And with a little bit of lemon, if you prefer that, give that away. Well guys, that's one incredibly easy way of cooking a crayfish, and it does taste amazing. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and finish it all and soak up this amazing view. Thanks for joining us on Rural New Zealand. I certainly hope you enjoyed the show. Just remember to like us on Facebook and keep up to date with On Demand. Next week we head up to the North Canterbury region where we check out an old historic hotel. We go to Pyramid Valley Vineyard and we check out the Michael Godfrey Memorial Motocross. See you guys then.